There are certain institutional bulwarks in place in the U.S. system, even now. Yep, ding. Even now, under an increasingly autocratic government or presidency, that keep Trump from doing the worst he could possibly do. So what are these bulwarks? In his first term, there was something called CAATSA, the Countering American Adversaries Through Sanctions Act. One of the architects of it, ironically, was Marco Rubio. What was CAATSA? It was basically a way to keep the executive from signing all kinds of sanctions waivers and lifting sanctions unilaterally, especially on Russia, which at that point had been guilty of the first invasion of Ukraine. It was kind of like a manacle, a congressional manacle on White House authority. Since then, there have been all kinds of executive orders, all of them codified through CAATSA, a series of legislation passed that basically does the same thing, right? Says that Congress gets oversight. You have to have a vote of Congress in order to lift some of the major sanctions on Russian oil and gas, on the Russian banking system. The second bulwark, I would say, which is not in the American system, is the European Union. So the EU has said, not only not lifting any sanctions, we're going to pass new sanctions. And so you notice now Zelensky, in anticipatory terror of what's about to commence in Alaska, has been making the rounds with the European leadership, meeting with Merz, having calls with everybody, saying, you have to have my back, because if Donald tries to throw me under the bus again, it's going to fall to you to basically keep Ukraine afloat. Now, there are other things too. And again, I don't credit anything Trump says. I prefer to look at what he does or he does not do. But he has said, if you want to take this as a data point, that regardless of what happens in Alaska, he will continue to sell weapons to NATO allies for the express purpose of their donating those weapons to Ukraine.